Hi everyone, welcome in or welcome back to Between Realms Tarot. Welcome to today's live stream. It's going to be for perhaps 1 hour, 1 hour and 10 minutes. I hope everyone is doing all right. I hope if you are at night or during the day, I hope the day is going all right so far. And I also hope that you're having a blissful day. So today we're going to start with a pick a card live reading. I have already shuffled the cards. It's actually a pick a bracelet. So first of all, we have, as you see, three bracelets, three piles. The theme of the reading is going to be what you need to know about your love life right now. So for pile number one, we have the amethyst bracelet. Let me show you the bracelet closely. This is an amethyst bracelet for pile number one. For pile number two, we have the rose quartz bracelet. By the way, these ones I made myself at home. Rose quartz bracelet for pile number two, and for pile number three we have the Amazonite, and this one is my favorite actually bracelet. So pick a bracelet or pick a pile. This is pile number one, pile number two, and pile number three. Again, I'm looking at the chat. Purple Power is saying hi. Hello to you, Purple Power. I hope you're doing all right. I hope you're having a good day so far. I think I'm going to start with the piles, but I do also want to tell you guys that perhaps I will be finishing the reading within half an hour, and I'm gonna have an extra half an hour if you have questions, or if you'd like to receive a reading, a mini reading basically. I would be happy to do that for you. So first of all, let's start with the pick a card. So as I said again, just to remind you, the theme of the reading is about what do you need to know right now about your love life, okay? I mean, the space is not helping me. So, okay, let's put these here. All right. So let's start with pile number one and with the amethyst bracelet. So I do have actually a spread that I have written over here, and I wouldn't like to show you my handwriting because it's not the best, but it's fine. First of all, we're going to have an archetype card, this one, which is going to be the overall theme of what's going on right now in your love life, and we have the crone. Second card is going to be a first in our tarot spread, and this one is going to be answering the question of what is happening exactly right now. Oh, it's actually the inverse. Okay, so they were like this, yeah, and they should be like this. Okay, this is how okay, so we saw that we have the Hermit here, but we're gonna go back there. So what's happening right now? We have the Seven of Pentacles. And then what do you need to recognize? Something that you're not seeing currently in your love life. We have, let's see, the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, that fits in a way. That's interesting. So what should you do practically right now? You seem to be at a decision point or something like that. We're gonna look at that. So we have the Two of Wands. And then where are you going if you follow the guidance of the action that you need to do? We have the Hermit. Yeah, we saw that at the beginning. So first of all, when we look at the Crone card, what I'm getting from the Crone card as what is going on currently in your love life is actually something, and I feel it's almost like there is a history, a long history, perhaps years of interacting with your person or with your love interest. There's accumulated history and accumulated experience that you have went through with this person. And I feel like you've seen enough in this experience, especially the Crown. It talks about how this the energy of the witch, where it had been she gone through a lot and she gained a lot of experience, and so she's seen enough pain and enough harm or hurt, that there is a lot that she had learned already. And I feel like that's been something that's been going on in your connection. So the Crown says that, especially with the Seven of Pentacles, it connects immediately. This reinforces the idea that what's going on currently is that you're at a point where you might be thinking, or you might be reevaluating, reassessing what's going on in this connection. Your life right now seems to be asking you to look at your experiences in your love life, whether it's one person or it's with many people previously. You're being asked to look at your love experiences from a mature, because you have already gained that experience and that perspective. Okay, hi Shiv, how are you? Okay, so let me continue. The Crown here, again, is someone who had lived through a lot of cycles, and it's almost like you cannot romanticize every experience anymore. You already see what can do bad or good, and so you understand in a way that relationships at this point teach you through both pain and joy, maybe, if joy is the opposite of pain. Relationships teach you, and they give you a perspective on what kind of helps you in your love life and what doesn't. And the Seven of Pentacles connecting to that shows that you're in a period of reevaluation, of looking at perhaps something that you have invested some energy, some time, some emotion, some hope even, or you have worked on, even energetically speaking. You're currently in a period of asking yourself, is this actually something that you would like to have more of in your future? Is this something that is worth continuing to invest in? I wouldn't say that there is a yes or a no here, but when we look at the next card, which is the Ten of Pentacles, this is what you're not seeing. And this is, to me, fascinating, but it doesn't give us a direct answer, because it might look at a very hopeful, let's say, idea, where perhaps you're looking so closely at this situation and you're not seeing some kind of a larger picture. I feel like currently in your love life, perhaps there is one relationship that you have a long-term potential at, especially with the Seven of Pentacles. Since the Seven of Pentacles is here, I would say that there is one, or yeah, one specific relationship that has a long-term potential that you're being asked to see or to have a closer look at. So, and there is a desire for stability, perhaps, that, or actually it might be a desire and it might be a potential. But I feel like when we look at the Hermit and at the end, you have to realize that a connection that is not growing perhaps cannot is not satisfying anymore. So what do you need to look at currently is to understand whether a current relationship is fulfilling a need for a Ten of Pentacles, which is a future, um, a like a connection for the future, for the long term. You're being asked to, or you are actually reevaluating whether current connection is bringing you that fulfillment that you're probably perhaps have probably perhaps that you're probably desiring. Or there is another perspective here. Maybe there is a potential for a future that you're not recognizing at this current moment. With the Two of Wands here, the action that you're being asked to take right now is to decide for yourself. So the Two of Wands shows that maybe there's a lot of agency, there is a lot of free will that you're not using currently, And your job right now is to decide for yourself, what do you want your love life to look like in the future? That is what you are being asked to do as a guidance or as an action. You're being asked to do, or to actually decide for yourself and ask yourself, is something that you are currently in fulfilling, rather than wait for another person to make a decision for you. So if you are in a love connection or in a relationship that, and you're waiting for the other person to make that move, or to kind of tie the knot, or maybe take this relationship to another level or to a higher level of commitment, if you're waiting, you're being asked to decide for yourself at this point whether this connection is something that you want in your future. And maybe there's an important conversation that you'd like to have about, with this person, about the future that you want in your love life. But also, you need to plan. You need to take the future seriously, even though, you know, we live in the moment. But if the moment maybe is not contributing to something that we would like to have in the future, maybe there is a need to look at what you have control over, which is whether you want this connection or whether you see it fitting in your future. So the Hermit here at the end as an outcome, this shows some type of intentional solitude or introspection, or looking at yourself. The outcome here is for you to kind of look towards yourself for clarity and for understanding whether this is something you want or not. It's almost like it's telling you to not wait anymore for this person, to not wait anymore for another person to make a decision for you. And I feel like maybe there is a need for you to, if you have more questions about this connection and where is it going, maybe you're being called to ask yourself, what do you want from life in general, and find out that for yourself. And maybe at the end of that, kind of be decisive about whether you want to be here more or for longer or not, or whether this fits into the experience that you want to have. And it's all coming from the crown. It's all coming after you get all of this experience, or you have a lot of information. You have enough information for you to decide with this crown and the Seven of Pentacles energy, to decide whether your love life currently is fitting into a larger picture of what you actually want your love life to look at. And again, the only source of that clarity is yourself, because you have already enough knowledge for that. So I feel like the overall message here, or as a recap, would be something like, maybe you're moving out of a phase of experimenting in relationships because you have already gained a lot of knowledge and experience, and you're moving into a phase of understanding what those experiences taught you, if it is one experience or many experiences, and whether and it's kind of giving you more insight into what you want your love life to look at, or to look as, in the future. So I think this is all I have for you, pile number one. I hope this resonated for you. I always get surprised when we get the energy, but I feel like it has a very strong message for you here. So thank you so much for staying through this first pile, pile number one. And let's head to pile number two, which is the rose quartz pile. Okay, so I'm going to put the first pile away and the first bracelet. And I'm going to, let me look at the chat. So yes, Shiv, I'm going to read one question. It's going to be a mini read so that we don't take much time. So yeah, I'm doing all right. Thank you so much for asking. And I hope you're doing all right too. So yeah, I'm going to read your questions, or read for you, after I finish pile number two and pile number three. Let's look at pile number two. So we have the rose quartz, a beautiful stone. Okay, so let's look at the archetypal energy that is currently maybe the main theme in your love life. Let's see. All right, so we have the apocalypse. The apocalypse is a very, very interesting card from my opinion. It always had a very strong, it had always had, it have always, it always has, oh my God, a very strong impact in my personal life. All right, so let's look at this. We have for pile number 2. The first card is answering what is happening. Okay, so I did the first mistake. So we're going to start from here. So the first card is what is happening right now. We have the 8 of Wands. All right, so that seems like a big event. I feel like there was a tower moment recently in your life, in your love life. Maybe some type of information. Yeah, let's look at the next one, which is answering our question of what do you need to recognize, or something that you need to see that you're not seeing. And we have the 9 of Wands. So we're moving from the 8 to the 9 of Wands. And then the third card answering my question of what should you do practically. And then the fourth card is what happens if you follow the guidance. So let's start with the apocalypse energy. The apocalypse energy here is telling me again, maybe something dramatic happened lately in your love life, and I don't think it's a pleasant one, but it's not also unpleasant because we have positive card too. I feel like with the 8 of Wands, what happened is some type of an information or a communication that, or kind of a breakthrough, a fast moving energy in your love life just happened with this 8 of Wands, some type of a breakthrough. And I feel like with this breakthrough, it might have been happened because of some communication, some information that crossed your path, something maybe happened quickly, maybe a meeting. I feel like maybe there was stagnation in your situation for a long time, and then things moved quickly. So that feels, or that seems like something that created a breakthrough. And the apocalypse's energy, it talks about an uplifting, or the lifting, not the uplifting, the lifting of the veil. So it talks about where secrets are revealed. It might be information, it might be something else, but it resembles, it is for the purpose of starting or kind of ending an old cycle, breaking down an old story, an old narrative, an old structure, and starting from a new perspective where we have new information or some type of energy that brought us truth. And so I feel like that's what happened with this 8 of Wands. A lot happened, it seems like, but I feel like it might have been an information or a communication that kind of broke down. It brought a tower moment, and it broke down all of what used to be, what you used to believe in your love life, or in a specific connection, if that is what you are intentionally picking this pile for. And so it's breaking down an old narrative, and it's urging you to start anew, whether in this connection or outside of this connection, but from a new perspective, because we have a new piece of information. So here with the 9 of Wands, though, I feel like the 9 of Wands as what you're not seeing is really interesting, because I feel like what you're not seeing is maybe somebody is still protecting themselves, or I feel like even though a structure is ended or an old narrative broke down, there's still somebody here who's still protecting themselves, whether it's you, that if that message resonates for you, or it's another person. I feel like what is here, what you're maybe overlooking here is how much you are guarded or how much another person is guarded. And I feel like it might come from a wounded place. I feel like somebody here is refusing to let down their guard with the Nine of Wands, and refusing to open up to this old narrative, or not ready yet to embrace this, open up to the new narrative, and refusing to start from a different level of truth in a way. And with that, the Knight of Cups here, I feel like it might be you, because the Knight of Cups is an action that you need to take. I feel like it might have been you who's been protecting themselves from pain, because there is a level of wounding here, exhaustion even. And so maybe this tower is what brought you exhaustion. And so your action here is to not let yourself get rigid, not let yourself, because you might have been disappointed, especially with the apocalypse. Um, you're being asked with this Knight of Cups to remain emotionally open, to not wear your heart on your sleeve, but also to not keep like very strong defenses that shut you down and shut you down your capacity for love. And so the Ace of Cups as a direction, this shows a very beautiful ending, because it feels like something related to an emotional healing phase or an emotional renewal phase is coming towards you. um, I feel like it's very beautiful energy that you're moving towards. But with the Knight of Cups, there is here an emphasis on keeping those strong boundaries with this Nine of Wands, but not to a point where you're refusing to open up to love, to healthy love. So keeping that balance between healthy boundaries and opening up to new narrative of love and of emotional renewal is what you need to do right now. Because Ace of Cups, it feels like it's coming towards you. It's almost like you're not going towards it, it's coming towards you. And so if you allow the old narrative to fall away, you create space for a completely emotionally new, and healing, emotionally healing experience. So it might be emotional renewal in your current situation or outside of your current situation. I feel like it depends on you. This is a general reading, and each and every one of you will have a different story. So yeah, I feel like this is all I have for you, pile number 2. And yeah, I hope this resonated, and thank you so much for staying through your pile. I'm going to drink water to take a water break for a moment and come back. So, as promised, I will be doing you many readings, guys. Yes, Shiv, I'm going to look at your question. And hi, let's see, Latifa Raymond. Hi, Latifa Raymond. Yeah, I will be doing your question. I just read for pile number 3, and yeah, we'll look at your question. So let's look at pile number three. Vision. So for pile number three, the archetypal theme of your love life right now is the vision. And the vision talks about, especially that we have this yeah, like four cards. It almost reminds me of something that I had personally. Let's not go there right now. But the Seven of Pentacles, I feel like we can look at the vision here from a perspective of having a dream, or having or kind of knowing what you already want, pile number three, knowing what you already want to have in your love life. And so why am I like, I'm thinking of the Seven of Pentacles again and again, and I don't know why. It's popping in my mind again and again, and I know that we had that for pile number one, so perhaps that resonates for you, for anybody who chose pile number three. So what I want to say is the vision talks about the dream, or it also can talk about something that we want our life to settle as, or to be, or to look like. And it also, I feel like that is the main energy that is coming through. Let's look now at the first card, which is what is happening right now. Oh, it's not this one, it's this one. Oh, what the? Okay. We have the Seven of Pentacles, you guys. We have the Seven of Pentacles. This is so. I was. So we have the Seven of Pentacles in the same position as pile number one, which is what is happening currently in your love life. And so I feel like you have a similar theme for pile number one, but for pile number one, they're going through this reevaluation with the Seven of Pentacles, because they have already gone through a history. They have already had so many experiences in love that taught them a lot. But right now, in this pile number three, I feel like maybe there is not too much history, but you're reevaluating currently whether your love life is fitting into a vision, into a dream, and into what you want your love life to look as. So it's very interesting that we have the same energy. Huh. Next here, what do you need to recognize or see? Something that you cannot see. We have the Seven of Wands, so we have double seven. That might be something that you resonate with. The Seven of Wands, I feel like what you're currently seeing, especially with the Seven of Pentacles, you're in a period of waiting, perhaps watching if something develops into your vision. But the Seven of Wands shows that what you are not seeing, perhaps maybe there's more resistance around your romantic vision, because the Seven of Wands is a card of resistance. But it could be internal as it could be external too. It could be external resistance. Part of you wants some type of a beautiful, maybe dreamlike love story, while maybe another part of you is constantly defending or resisting, perhaps because of maybe fear of disappointment, fear of not having that type of love life that you are envisioning. Next year, let's look at this one, because okay, so we have I have to cover this one card. I'm going to use this beautiful aquamarine stone. Okay, so because yeah, maybe we would have kids or people who are underage who would be watching such or who would be coming through such live stream, wouldn't like them to be traumatized, maybe, if that's something that they would see as that, especially with all of the YouTube guidance. So the Seven of Wands, and then here we have the Empress. So I feel like there is a fear of disappointment. There is a fear from your part, or that perhaps there's also some type of an external circumstance that might make this vision of your love life um, not come into reality. Maybe there is external circumstances that would make this harder for you to get to, or maybe it is internal resistance. And I feel like there's a lot of fear of disappointment here. The Empress, though, and then let's see, the High Priestess, yeah, we got that. So the Empress here is an action that you need to take. And I feel like there is a lot more of reception that you can do rather than action, because the Empress can be very receptive. I feel like becoming the Empress is something that would be the simplest way to describe this, but your job here is to elevate the energy, the, let's call it the vibration, the environment within you and outside of you, in which the love that you envision to have can actually prosper. So there is a call for you here to focus on giving to yourself so that you can receive the energy, or you receive the outcome that matches your vision. And so if you have a vision of some type of a story that you like to live, and you're afraid that it wouldn't come into fruition, especially with this resistance with the Seven of Wands, you're being asked to create the environment that would get you there. Be the person that could get that type of love life, or that vision that you are having for your love life. The High Priestess here as an outcome, especially we have a lot of feminine energy, the Empress and the High Priestess. The Empress is all about receiving, nurturing, creating, enjoying the moment. There's also a lot of self-worth to the Empress here. Allowing, the Empress is also somebody who allows themselves pleasure and joy. The High Priestess as the direction is a lot of maturity to the feminine energy. Like, I feel like there's a lot of trust and faith that you can build within yourself, and that is the way that you can receive the type of love that you want. So it's very important for you to listen with this High Priestess to the wisdom within you that could grant you maybe the love life that you want, or the vision of the love life, the perfect love life that you want. There's a lot of maybe soul searching, and that is also a form of self-nurturing that you need to do, that could put you in an energy of receptivity with this empress, excuse me, the Empress. So I feel like you're with this pile, especially the Amazonite can be your best friend. In my opinion, the Amazonite stone, best friend. It's always that friend who can bring you back to the moment. So it's very lovely that you have picked this bracelet. So at the end here, as a recap, you don't have to give up on the dream, on the vision that you have for your love life. You don't have to give up on it. But there isn't much that you can do in terms of fighting or resisting, or kind of, you don't have to approach this as a war. I see you currently with the Seven of Pentacles being in a state of questioning whether you're gonna have it, whether you're not gonna have it. And it is again because maybe of internal or external resistance or kind of setbacks, but you're being asked to put yourself in an energy of receptivity, by nurturing yourself, by knowing what you want. And when you know what you want with this High Priestess, you can receive it because you can already cultivate it within yourself first, and that's how you can create that energy to attract it. So I feel like this is all I have for you, pile number 3. This had been a very insightful reading. We have a lot of blue, and I picked the aquamarine out of all of the stones. So that's very good. Thank you so much for choosing this pile number 3, and for staying through this reading. Let me look at the chat, the live chat right now. I'm going to do 3 questions. So Latifa's question, and then Shiv's question, and then Samskara's question. So that's what I'm going to do. Let's take everything of the setup. Okay. Alright, so I think I'm going to pick another deck. So yeah, I'm just going to take these 3 questions, and this is how we're going to end the live stream for the now. Perhaps we're going to have another live stream tomorrow. If that is something that you're looking forward, I would be happy to be here streaming for you guys again tomorrow for another hour at the exact time. But yeah, let's start. I'm going to take 1 minute just to drink water, and I'll come back. So Latifa, are you here? We're going to answer your question. Okay. Yeah, Shiv, I just got the sound back. So going to do Latifa first, and then Shiv, and then Samskara. That's all we're going to do today. Latifa, are you here? If you're not here, maybe we're going to do Shiv first. I think we're going to do Shiv. So I'm going to shuffle 3 times and then extra 3 times. And Shiv, you're asking regarding your exam, will you get medical college this year? Same. Will you get relocation? There's only one question. Energy around this path. Okay, so you're asking, will you get into medical college, which means that you'll get relocation. So that's what you meant by one question, right? I think. Okay, so we're going to do a 3 spread for you. So 3 cards. First card is going to be. Okay, yeah, I understand. Thank you so much, Shiv. So the first card is going to be, what is the energy that is supporting you? The second one is, what is the energy that is against, or kind of maybe an obstacle? We're going to read that. And then what is the final most probable outcome? But I do want to tell you, first of all, that your intuition matters the most. Tarot is just a tool for perspective. And the second thing is, I don't believe that the future is always fixed. Sometimes some predictions come into reality through tarot, and sometimes there is a lot of, I think, timeline shifting that can happen, especially lately when it comes to the let's say maybe the psychic community. I don't consider myself that at this moment. I would say the spiritual community, a lot of people talk about their predictions not coming true despite them having maybe a 90% success rate in the past. I would like to tell you that the future is changeable. I think that is something that I experienced myself. Perhaps we can put this into perspective before moving with the reading. So let's get 6 cards. 3 cards as answering our questions, and 3 clarifiers. All right. The truth and nothing but the truth for Shiv. Let's get the truth for Shiv. What is supporting her? What is maybe an obstacle? And what is the final outcome, the most probable one according to the current energies? All right. So, all right. Okay, so First of all, with the energy that is supporting you, Sheep, we have the Page of Swords, clarified by the Devil. And so, what I want to say is currently what is supporting you is some form of, I don't know if you're, yeah, like if you're getting into medical school, you might be going, or maybe having a test or an exam, a very important one to get into medical school. First of all, I really hope you get your dreams coming true, Sheep. So I feel like there is a lot of what is kind of supporting you is being ahead when it comes to information. That's what I'm getting specifically for you. I don't know if you already have information that others do not have that kind of put you in a powerful position. Maybe you have some tricks, and I don't mean that in the bad sense or negative sense. There is something that is putting you ahead or putting you at an advantage when it comes to this exam. Maybe you do have some mental activity that is extremely intense, and you kind of maybe tend to pick into the details, or if that is what you are studying for, if you are studying currently, I feel like thank you, Shiv. Thank you so much. I really am happy because these readings give people peace, and that is literally my goal. And I'm really happy that this is giving you, or that it gave you peace in the past, and I'm really hoping this one gives you that too. But again, I feel like what is supporting you, and I appreciate you, Shiv, and I appreciate you being a very supportive person. So, as I said, sometimes putting you at an advantage. Maybe your mental activity, your curiosity here with the, I'm getting the High Priestess in my mind, but what we see is literally the Page of Swords. But again, maybe your studying process with this Page of Swords is going ahead, or is putting you ahead, very, very ahead. The thing is, and at an advantage here with this Devil. The thing is, with the Knight of Wands clarified by the Ace of Swords, maybe the obstacle here is some people that might be moving faster. And what I'm getting is competitiveness. But again, let me kind of ground this reading right now, because the Knight of Wands is a very fast energy, but perhaps what is kind of an obstacle is I feel like other people are at, or maybe, let me just ground this for a moment. I know this is a sensitive question for you. The Knight of Wands clarified by the Ace of Swords. I feel like maybe, I feel like maybe I'm the one who's pressing intuition right now, but I feel like there are other people. I'm looking at this because the Page of Swords is a different energy from the Knight of Wands, but at the same time, it's almost like two aspects, one of other people and one of you. What I want to talk, let's talk first about you. There are things that you might be sometimes overlooking, but at the same time, I feel like other people may be at or are at an advantage when it comes to being fast, even though you're knowing a lot or you're having a lot of information and a very good mind that can retain a lot of information, because the Devil can be strong memory when it is coupled with some cards. But I feel like there are some things that you're overlooking that other people are getting faster, but that's not the issue. Maybe there is more grounding that you need to do in your own energy so that you can kind of how do I, like, I cannot find the word, so that you can catch information so fast, because that's what I'm going through right now in this reading. Your mind retains a lot of information, and it has a lot of advantage when it comes to gaining and holding information in, but I feel like there's a lot of grounding, Shiv, that you need to do, so that you don't lose your accuracy with this Ace of Swords. You don't lose your clarity with this Ace of Swords. With the Nine of Swords clarified by the Justice, I would like to say as a final outcome that the more anxious you are, because getting the Nine of Swords and the Ace, the Devil, the Knight of Wands, there are a lot of conflicts in your mind that would drive you very anxious with this Nine of Swords, and it's because of the outcome. I feel like the outcome is very obscure here, especially with the Justice card. I would like to say that you will get the result of exactly what you are kind of working towards, but it's obscured right now from you by anxiety. So if you are anxious here with this Nine of Swords, that is obscuring the outcome, because the outcome can be very clear with the Justice. Is there a question in your mind that pops through? Okay, yeah, I understand you're anxious. That makes sense. When you have such a dream of getting into medical school, it might be very, very anxious. And I'm really sorry you're going through this. Perhaps you have worked so hard for this. I would like to say that outcome is not what you need to worry about right now, because there is a conflicting question or a conflicting energy in your mind. There is a question that you keep asking yourself, perhaps, about, are you doing enough? Are you doing enough? Are you doing what it takes for this outcome that you want, which is getting into medical school and getting relocation? And I feel like a lot of that anxiety with this Nine of Swords, it's putting you, or it's obscuring that outcome. By obscuring, I mean it's making it very unclear for you to know what to do or what to expect, even though you're doing too much. You're kind of very, very, very Shiv, you're very kind of moving so fast in your goal, but I feel like it's being obscure anxiety. So, and again, you're asking the question of, am I doing what it takes with this Justice? Am I doing what it takes? And the thing that makes me deserve this outcome, I would highly advise you to not be anxious, but I don't know how to do that. It would really help you to ground. Grounding is what I'm getting for you. So if you can do meditations that ground your mind, that ground your energy, and put you in a state of clarity, because clarity seems to be something that you can have, but you might be moving too fast. You're too passionate about this goal, right? You're moving too like you're too passionate and you want to move towards it. You're putting a lot of energy with this Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands can be also an issue with consistency, because it is in the obstacle position. So if you are at a disadvantage when it comes to being consistent in your work or in your effort, it might sometimes cloud your mind. But I don't see that necessarily being a big issue. I feel like the main issue here is anxiety. Anxiety is obscuring a lot, and it's kind of not letting you give it all in a clear way, not letting you have the clarity necessary to give it what it takes. I would like to say that you're doing what it takes, but if you're having an issue with consistency with this Knight of Wands, it might help you to ground yourself. If you can do meditation for grounding, or if you can be at nature more, eat more kind of grounding things, I would say vegetables, fruits, less processed food perhaps helps you connect more with earth, and that can make you have more clarity, with that more consistency, and with that less anxiety, which can make you at a, or put you at a place where you can see clearly what you can do in the situation and what you can achieve. Yeah, I do understand, Shiv. I was at your position at some point, so I truly, truly understand. I would like to say that I don't have an outcome for you here. I feel like the outcome highly depends on whether you're able to put your mind at ease. And I understand that it's very hard to do in your situation. So if you're ever kind of find a way to do that, if you can do like some quick search and find what can help you ground and rest your mind, maybe that is something. I will give you a guidance card. That's important. Let's get you a guidance card, okay? Let's get you a guidance card, Chief, because I don't have an outcome here. The outcome is highly influenced by your state of mind. So if you are in a negative or in an anxious state, it might be very hard for you to understand what you need to do exactly to make your dreams come true. I wouldn't say that you're not at a good point. You are at a very good point with this Page of Swords and the Devil, but anxiety can be an issue and not being grounded. Shiv. A guidance card for Shiv. Let's get you one card. So we have the Eight of Cups. All right, that's beautiful. So Shiv, the Eight of Cups speaks of disconnecting emotionally, detaching from an outcome. If maybe perhaps the best way to put your mind at rest is to detach from the outcome, to let the outcome go. I mean, you seem very, very attached to the outcome with this Knight of Wands and the Devil. And the Devil can show that this attachment can kind of drive you, but the Knight of Wands shows that it can also give you a lot of energy, but without being consistent. So I feel like the best approach for you is to try to detach from the what could happen, because that is perhaps the thing that is not letting your mind rest. So if you're able to detach emotionally, to feel better, I mean, like, it's very easy to say feel better, but yeah. So as I said, if you're able to detach emotionally from the outcome and to move more towards kind of enjoying this experience, I know it's very hard, kind of find what fulfills you emotionally currently in this experience, and to detach from expecting a certain outcome, I feel like that would suit you best when it comes to resting your mind. So maybe connecting to what fulfills you emotionally at this point, perhaps hobbies or something that could make you feel better at a moment, get you in a state where your mind is at rest, so that when you come back to studying or working harder, you're more at ease without expecting too much, because you're already having a good outcome, good emotion in that activity that puts your mind at rest. So I really, Shiv, I really hope this answered you, because I'm not getting an outcome at all with this Nine of Swords and the Justice. I just see someone who's unable to understand what could get them there, just because they cannot see clearly with this anxiety. So I resonated for you. Let me get who's next. Samskara. Samskara, are you here? Okay. Samskara, if you're here, you could say yes, and we're doing your reading next. Hua Hassan. Hua Hassan. Hello, Hua. Thank you so much for the donation. I really, really appreciate it. You've asked a question. You said, okay, so Hua, I don't know. I really am sorry. I don't know how to pronounce your name. If you could, thank you so much for the donation again, and I will do your question. Also, Ank. Yes, it's Ank. So, I think, yeah, so thank you again for the donation. Hua Hassan, Huawa, I'm sorry, I'm really, really sorry. If you're able to wait for a minute just to do some Scara's reading, just because I have already, called her. So I'm going to do some Scara and then you, and we're going to do a longer spread for you, all right? If that's all right for you, can you please comment so that I know that you're here? Shiv, I'm not like I didn't get an actual outcome at all. I just got a lot of obscurity because of anxiety, and I'm really sorry for that. You're the most welcome. I'm going to do a longer spread for you. Thank you so much, Hua, for your donation and for your patience. So I'm going to do some scaras. So what you're asking, okay, so could you say pile number 1, is there a 10 of pentacles that is arriving with someone else then that I don't see? Okay, we're going to get you 3 cards. Okay, so I'm going to look at the 10 of pentacles. First card is what is symbolizing for you. The 10 of pentacles, yeah, the first card. The second one is asking whether is there another person that's coming that you don't see, and the third one is a guidance for you. All right, extra one. Let's get it's 3 clarifiers. Okay, all right, so we have the 10 of swords jumping literally out of the deck. I don't take pop-ups, but yeah, I don't take them. I like a more structured way of reading tarot. But did you go through this samskara, through this 10 of swords? Is this something that you resonate with, which is an ending? Because it seems like something final. That's what I'm getting. Something final that happened in your life somewhere. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, 3 cards, 3 clarifiers. All right, so why did we have like the 10 of swords jumping for you? No, it's more on and off. Okay, I get it. So first of all, and we have the 6 of wands at the bottom of the deck, 9 of wands. Is there a misunderstanding? And why is the 10 of swords jumping out of the deck, and then we have the 3 of swords? So first of all, the 3 of swords clarified by the 4 of pentacles. Why am I getting that there was a misunderstanding, or maybe kind of not seeing eye to eye when it comes to wanting the 10 of pentacles with a specific person? The 3 of swords is a heartbreaking card. It shows loss, it shows grieving or feeling that something is painful. But the 4 of pentacles shows that despite everything perhaps done to something painful, I feel like in this case, Samskara, currently the 10 of pentacles for you represents currently something that you maybe are attaching the idea of the 10 of pentacles to. This person, you're seeing them as a 10 of pentacles for you, but maybe it's been very painful to kind of interact or engage with this person with this 3 of swords. But the 4 of pentacles shows that there is still holding on to this connection. I feel you also perhaps struggling to express or go through this pain. With this 4 of swords clarified by the 2 of cups, I would like to say that there is a 10 of pentacles coming towards you. Whether it's somebody, you said, let me read the question again. So you said, arriving with someone else that you don't see. The 4 of swords here with the 2 of cups, I feel like I don't see somebody new, to be honest, but I see a break with this Four of Swords and the Two of Cups. I don't see somebody new coming immediately. If anything, I see personal satisfaction with this Nine of Cups and the Eight of Pentacles. It's not that somebody is not coming because I'm not seeing it. No. It's not that there is somebody that's coming your way that is the Ten of Pentacles. Oh my god, what am I saying? So let me say this again. So it's not that there is not someone else, Samskara, it's not that. But currently there is a huge focus on going through what you're going through right now. And I feel like what is being represented for you now is some type of a break in healing from a past pain. Maybe you kind of attach this idea of the Ten of Pentacles to, yeah, I totally understand. That is then there. Okay, so I meant is then. Okay, so let me read this again. What you don't see, and it was Ten of Pentacles, so I meant is, yeah, I don't see somebody new, not gonna lie. If I saw somebody new, I would have gotten the Ace, but I don't want you to understand that because I don't see somebody new in this tiny spread is because there isn't. I feel like the focus on for you here is a personal Ten of Pentacles first, and then a Two of Cups. It's almost like the story that you're going through right now is still going on again and again. But there is a lot of healing that needs to happen first for you with this Four of Swords clarified by the Two of Cups. And then when I get the personal guidance for you, we have the Nine of Cups clarified by the Eight of Pentacles. And this shows a lot of personal goals, a lot of personal self-development that could get you personal satisfaction with the Nine of Cups rather than asking it from another person. And I'm not saying that you're doing that. So yeah, okay, I hope you understand. Thank you so much for understanding. So that's what I'm meaning. It's not like there isn't someone new that is coming at some point towards you with that idea of the Ten of Pentacles, but for you it seems like currently what you're going through, it might be putting you at a heartbreak situation. There may be a feeling of loss while holding on to maybe there is an experience with this person that you're still holding on to, or it kind of like putting you, it's almost like you're at a vulnerable place where your heart is pretty much vulnerable, perhaps attached to this person, or still waiting for something to happen that you're hoping for, which is a Ten of Pentacles. But in this case, I would like to say with the presence of the Two of Cups with the Four of Swords, it is coming for you. And there isn't much of an emphasis in this reading over having it with another future person or with your current person. The emphasis is more on healing, on taking a break for yourself, giving yourself more time, and then receiving the Two of Cups here, which is pretty much taking you towards the Ten of Pentacles, answering my specific question here. Is there with someone else coming in the future? I'm not seeing a yes, and I'm not seeing a no. What I'm seeing is a lot of healing that needs to happen currently for anything to manifest for you in the future. And then the Nine of Cups and the Eight of Pentacles as guidance shows that there's a lot of I don't want to like stress this in a kind of hard work way. No, there's a lot of personal work, personal development that you're being called to focus on, kind of self-refinement when it comes to your own personal wish fulfillment and your personal life, your personal goals, and that is what is going to take you to a Ten of Pentacles. So yeah, you said there's no clarity, need communication. I feel like the Four of Swords currently here, there's still maybe not communication coming just yet. Let me see. Six of Wands. Why am I feeling like this person, maybe 6, 9, King of Wands, maybe there are kind of maybe this person acts from a place of ego, or from a place of wanting to win, or seeing this as a winning context, kind of maybe wanting to look after themselves first. I don't know this person, I cannot tell you who they are, but I feel like this person is not operating from the best place when it comes to this connection. There is a lot of breakage, like Four of Swords, Three of Swords. I would like to say that perhaps the connection that you're feeling is real, but they're not working completely towards it. I want to say that the Ten of Pentacles is there for you, but I feel like what needs to be focused on is using this break time right now with this Four of Swords on self-improvement and working on your personal goals, what makes you feel fulfilled personally first. So a Ten of Pentacles can happen for you, whether it is in this connection or outside of this connection. So let me get you one card asking, is there any communication coming from them? Just one card. All right. For Samskara. Okay. Four of Wands. So Four of Wands, it's a yes card. And we have the Three of Wands, King of Swords, Page of Pentacles. There are thoughts in this person's mind about communicating. There's clarity in this person's mind, Samskara. I feel like they have truths to reveal, but it does take time and a lot of motivation for this person to move with this Page of Pentacles. So I want to say it's a yes. It's something to expect, Samskara. You said you need to detach. You're the most welcome. Thank you for being here in this live stream and asking your question. Samskara, I'm really happy to read for you, but as I said, we can say yes, but we don't need to focus on this person's message because they seem to be wanting communication. I'm getting this message again and again in my mind of them wanting the same thing as you do. But I want to tell you to not wait. But that's your connection. You should do what suits you. Yeah. But I feel like focusing or waiting on this person's communication is not the best path here. The best path is a lot of personal satisfaction. Being a little bit selfish, not selfish in the negative sense, but focusing on your personal satisfaction, what makes you happy, doing what makes you personally happy is your best path right now. So this is all I have for you, Samskara. I really hope this resonated for you. Yeah, I hope this brought a little bit of peace. I feel like what you're not seeing is perhaps related to personal goals, personal satisfaction. Even if you and this person see or kind of want the same thing, but perhaps not approach it in the same way or not move towards it in the same way. Maybe you want it now and this person is taking their sweet time or going through their personal lessons. You need to focus on you. This is your Ten of Pentacles. Your Ten of Pentacles with another person is coming at some point, but right now this is your Ten of Pentacles. So yeah, again, I hope this resonates. Let's go now do Hua. Oh my god, Huaha. I really don't know how to call you. If you have a name that you'd like to call me, or if I can call you H, anything that you would like to. So let me read your question. Let's look at you. So please, can I have a love message regarding my situation with Val? Is it over between us? Thank you. Okay, let's look at your reading. Again, thank you so much for requesting this reading and for donating. Let's look at your reading. Thank you, Samskara. I really appreciate you. So, we're doing a love reading for Hua. Again, if I can call you H, because I really don't want to pronounce your name the wrong way if this is your name. So, yeah, you want to understand, is it over between you? So first of all, I said I'm going to do a longer spread, so I'm going to look into his feelings right now towards you. First of all, his energy towards you. Second of all, yeah, so his feelings. Third, his thoughts, what's in his mind about you. Fourth, how does he see you? Five, how does he see this connection currently? Six, is he interested? Is he still interested in this connection, and to what extent? Seven, is this really over? How? Okay, how? Okay, so I'm going to shuffle 3 times, extra 3 times, splitting the deck into 3, getting the deck that is on the bottom, and then getting 7 cards, or let's say, yeah, first one is his energy towards you, Val. Second is his feelings right now. Third is his thoughts. 4 is how does he see you. 5 is how does he see this connection currently. 6 is he still interested. If this spread helps you, I would continue. If you have more, or if you have different questions, please tell me. And in what way? Or let's change that. Let's make it, is it over from his side? And then 8, what intentions? And then 9, what actions would you take next? I think this fits better. Extra 2 shuffles. I know shuffling can be so long, but it does help me. You're the most welcome, How. I appreciate you too. I actually appreciate everyone in this chat and everyone who supports the channel, everyone who's on the channel. Thank you so much. So let's get an extra shuffle. 9 cards, 9 clarifiers. Let's get. Okay. All right, so his energy is a hanged man. His feelings, his thoughts, interesting. How does he see you? How does he see this connection currently? Then, is it over? Okay, so those are 6 cards, and then, okay. Yeah, how does he? Okay, so let me do this again. His energy, feelings, thoughts. How does he see you? Does he see this connection? Is it over for him? The world here is intentions. Let's get extra 2. Okay. Next actions. Okay, so first of all, here we have the Empress at the bottom of the deck, 7 of Wands. Did you put a strong boundary? Did you kind of give this person a piece of your mind? How did you tell this person that you want something that you're worthy of? So I'm not sure, but I feel like we can see that there isn't hostility between you two, which is a very good thing. Okay, so you said yes. Okay, that's a very good thing. I think everybody should tell other people what they want, rather than keeping the situation kind of obscure. So the Hanged Man in his energy towards you with the Magician. Currently, I don't see this person moving away, or I don't see them seeing this connection as something that should end, or something that ended, or is ending. They're kind of held in between, and I feel like the reason why is because there are questions in this person's mind about what should they do, if there's anything that they can do, what's next, what kind of action should they take next, what is in their hands. I feel like those are the questions that this person is asking, and I feel like that's the energy towards you, and they're held back. not because um, they don't want to act, but because there's serious, not energetic block, but energetic withholding energy that is asking this person to question themselves and whether they can, or what type of action that they can take in this situation to create an outcome that they want. And we're going to look at what this person wants. So the Ten of Wands clarified by the Nine of Cups in their feelings, I'm not sure if the person expressed their feelings or not, but there is exhaustion with this Ten of Wands, and there is a need, especially next with the Fool, clarified by the Four of Cups, to break free. But it doesn't mean to break free from this connection. It's actually to break free from what feels burdening to them. I feel this person struggles to understand what to do. There is something else related to them wanting things to happen easier or to happen in an easy way rather than put in a lot of effort. I don't. I'm not saying that they're lazy. No, not that. Um, but I feel like maybe from this person's perspective, any type of action that is needed here is something very hard to do. Maybe there are external circumstances for Val here that would make everything feel way more harder than it should be. In their feelings clarified by the Nine of Cups, there are a lot of things that bring them traction and with you. Okay, a third party situation. Okay, so there's a lot of joy. I feel like you represent personal satisfaction for this person, and Nine of Cups here. But the Ten of Wands shows being done with carrying too much, and perhaps wanting to have something or an outcome that happens easier and makes their life become easier. That's how they feel towards you. Interestingly, maybe again you represent something that creates wish fulfillment for this person with this Nine of Cups, but it feels so hard, and there are a lot of obstacles for him to get towards that. The Fool here with the Four of Cups, this person maybe is liberating their minds, or their mind, his mind, and his thoughts about this connection. Maybe not wanting to burden his mind with this Fool, but also the Fool represents a desire for experiencing, or kind of for just taking the leap of faith or risking everything, and because I feel like there's stagnation. I'm not sure. The Four of Cups represents stagnation, represents staying too long in a situation that is not emotionally fulfilling. And this person with this Fool clarified by the Four of Cups, perhaps they, in their thoughts, they are thinking, or in their mind, they're thinking of breaking free of what makes them stagnant, or of something that was kind of maybe just a structure with this Four of Cups that isn't emotionally fulfilling, but is just there. So this person is thinking of breaking free of limitations, and they're thinking of how to start that with this Hanged Man and the Magician. So with this King of Cups clarified by the Seven of Cups, the way this person sees you, so I don't think they see you clearly. There is something that they confuse when it comes to you. Val, the King of Cups clarified by the Seven of Cups shows that this person sees, maybe what I'm getting exactly is that they think that they see you clearly, but perhaps they are not. Um, they might see you as someone who's bothered emotionally by this situation, by them, but um, they might see you as being bothered but not showing. Hold on, like I need to find the right words. They're confused. They don't see you clearly with this Seven of Cups. And clarifying the King of Cups, it's not the best combination. This person does not see you clearly, or they do not see your intentions and what you want clearly. You have definitely set strong boundaries with this Empress, Seven of Wands, and Six of Wands. we have Four of Swords and Five of Pentacles. Okay, let me see. Yeah, Ten of Pentacles, Four of Swords. So I still feel like this person is projecting an image from their emotions. They might see you currently as somebody who's bothered but holding back, not saying your emotions. Or maybe somebody who knows. Again, I'm getting this projection, this that there is projection here. This person is projecting their own emotional state on you, but you're not. They think that you're hiding your true motive and desire and intention, or kind of the extent of your feelings, intentions too, especially intentions from them. Perhaps wanting, not becoming hard or kind of but just not revealing your intentions. This is how they see you. There's a lot of questioning. They ask themselves questions about what are your intentions and what you actually want. With this Six of Swords, clarified by the Queen of Pentacles, so how they see this connection currently, there is a transition. The Six of Swords does talk about moving away from a previous situation towards a new situation. You said that there is a third party, and I don't know who, if there is another commitment here with the Queen of Pentacles, or if there is already an established commitment with you. But how he sees this connection right now is, I don't see this as moving on. I see it currently as kind of transitioning from a state to another. This is how he sees it. So from his perspective, it's not really over. The Two of Cups clarified by the Two of Swords. Again, this is answering my question of, is it over from his side? It's not. But there is indecisiveness. So there is, from his perspective, I feel like he's confident that this did not end. And again, it's almost like he perhaps has assumptions about how you feel, but really does not really know or see how you feel. From his side, it's not over. If we look at the Two of Swords here, there's also, from his side, a recognition that there is a real connection here, but there's also indecision about where it would go next. Even though the Magician, he's asking himself questions of where are we going from here? Where can I go next in this situation? But he's not being decisive about it. So I just saw that you sent me a question, a comment, and then you deleted it. It's okay. So next here, with the World clarified by the Ace of Swords, it feels like a cycle that ended in this connection and not the actual connection. And then the Eight of Wands clarified by the Chariot, the Justice, the Emperor. So what's going on in this connection currently? I wouldn't say that it's over. It's not over. But there is a transition that is happening from a past state of the connection into a new state. The World clarified by the Ace of Swords shows that finally something happened where I told him how I feel, but I didn't tell him what I want. Okay, so that makes sense. That makes real sense to me right now, because I'm like, why am I stuck on this idea that he doesn't know your intentions? So, and he thinks that you're withholding them on purpose. So the King of Cups clarified by the Seven of Cups again, he knows how you feel, but as you said, he doesn't, you didn't tell him what you want, so he doesn't know what you want. Interesting. He doesn't know your intentions. That is a huge validation for me, because I was stuck on that idea, and why am I getting this idea? But yeah, so now what I see here is that this situation did not end. It's just that an old cycle with the World kind of clicked in, and the Ace of Swords shows an ending of an old cycle, with some peace of mind, some truth clarity that kind of kicked in into the situation and ended a previous story. But the Eight of Wands with the Chariot shows that there is new energy or movement coming towards this connection, and it's related to perhaps reconciling what both of you want from your personal lives and from this connection. There is here maybe communication. When we look at the Eight of Wands clarified by the Chariot, so what I'm getting specifically is that I'm getting that your personal willpower, how, and your person Val. So your personal and his personal willpower are kind of like engaging in this connection, and there's energy that is introducing itself into this connection to move it into an outcome that would satisfy both of you. I'm just describing an event rather than an outcome. I hope this makes sense to you. How? If it doesn't, please tell me. So I'm not describing an outcome right now. I'm describing an energetic event where your own willpower and his own willpower, when it comes to what you want from this connection, are uniting into a purpose or kind of moving towards a purpose in this connection. But whether there is actual, because the Chariot talks about duality, it talks about opposing forces. The Chariot here with these two, I forgot what I can call them. Phoenix? No, calm down. Horses? No. Let me just say creatures so that I don't say the right word, the wrong word. So black and white, they are opposing. I feel like we're moving towards an outcome. But whether that outcome happens, it's another thing, because what needs to happen at that point is you need to communicate. You need to, I feel like there are details that are missing here. A lot of communication is missing when it comes to what is practically, what could practically be done in this connection for it to manifest something. So I want to say that there is a new energy that is being introduced into this connection, and it's kind of directing your wishes, your hopes into this connection and moving it into an outcome. But whether that's like the energy is there, but what you do with it when it comes to communication, hard work, not hard work, but effort, whether you actually at some point decide that you want the same thing or not, that's another deal. So you're being given a chance to make this happen, but whether that happens or not, that's another deal later. And I want to say that that's an open outcome. I want to say that I don't see a future outcome. I just see that there is an opportunity to make something beautiful happens here. But it really depends on your effort later, not only yours but his too. The Justice and the Emperor shows that there's a lot that can still be done here. There is a lot, yeah, that can still be done here. But the rebalancing of this connection is what is needed. I do have feelings, strong feelings for him. Yeah, I do. With this King of Cups, it's there. It's like the top of feeling. You don't communicate perhaps that the extent of those feelings. Maybe you only communicate 50-60%, not the rest of it. And I feel like maybe you don't really show all of that intensity. So I want to say that what is being called, or what are you being asked how, is to understand that this connection needs balance. It needs rebalancing, or it's going through rebalancing. And it's going to need the both of you to, with this Emperor, to be disciplined when it comes to that give and take, and into what type of effort do you give into this connection. Maybe there are legal issues, especially that you mentioned the third party. So if there's a marriage situation here, perhaps there are legal things going on. But I cannot go further on that at all. That's not my place at all. What I do see here is that, again, there is a rebalancing that is happening, and that you're asked to take control over what you give, what you take. yeah, what you give, what you take, that's very important. You don't want to put him in front of a decision as he's in a relationship. Yeah, it makes sense. I totally understand you. Okay, I just ruined the setup. Let me just. Okay, so that was an accident. So yeah, as I was saying, yeah, it totally makes sense what you just said. Oh, I think I should get you a guidance card. Okay, let's get you a guidance card. Let's see what you can do. Do you want to, like, if that's something you'd like to look at, a guidance card for how on what she should do, and a clarifier for what should she do in this situation with Val currently, because she doesn't want to put him in front of a decision as he is already in a relationship. All right. So the truth for how. Eight of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles. So, and we got the Lovers at the bottom, Six of Swords, Six of Pentacles actually, Eight of Pentacles, Ten of Swords, Three of Swords, Queen of Cups. Okay, so I usually just take the first five, perhaps six. So I do get that there is a genuine appreciation. Let's just look at these cards here. There is a genuine appreciation from both parties, from you and from Val's side. Your guidance, though, is the Eight of Cups clarified by the Knight of Pentacles. You said that you don't want to put him in front of a decision, or kind of to make him make a specific one, and totally makes sense again. The Eight of Cups shows that perhaps this needs to be let kind of to not simmer, but almost like clarify itself. I don't see you needing to do anything, or I feel like the best thing that you can do is communicate. What are your feelings? What are your thoughts, or what you want from this person? I feel like a lot is needed, or kind of a lot of the action needs to be, at this point, if you have already communicated, needs to be taken by him. Especially that he's the one in a relationship, so he needs to find his own source of kind of what makes him feel happy, while you need to go towards what makes you feel happy. The Eight of Cups here is about detaching. We got a lot of cards. Everybody here is getting the Eight of Cups as an advice, and I'm not saying to walk away forever, but what I'm getting here clarified by the Knight of Pentacles is you need to detach, to kind of see where the situation is perhaps not unfolding in the way that you wish for currently at this moment. I feel like you do have to listen to your intuition when it comes to moving away from something that you don't believe is right. That's what I'm getting. So if you don't believe that it's right for you, so it's against your values with this Knight of Pentacles, something is against your values in here. I'm a reader, and I wouldn't judge anybody for being in a third party situation or for not being in a third party situation. I read energies. I do have my opinions, but what you're being called to do here is to follow what is right according to your values. Especially, it's a Knight of Pentacles. So detaching and moving away from what goes against your values is the current move right now. And what I'm seeing as an outcome, if you kind of just move towards what makes you personally fulfilled, Even I feel like it might happen slowly. I'm not saying to end the situation completely. That is your personal choice again. Here, it feels like moving away emotionally from the emotional intensity because it feels like it's something that perhaps does not connect with your values, and taking yourself to a place of practical grounding, asking yourself the practical questions of whether this can work at all. That is the right thing to do. Asking yourself, like detaching emotionally and asking yourself the question of, if this is aligned with your values, will you be happy with this person in the future if they decide to end up with you? Will you be happy? Um, and ask yourself, yeah, the practical question, will this work for you in the future if this person decides to detach or to kind of move with you? Will you be okay with that? Will that still align with your values on the long term? And your detachment can happen slowly, but I feel like the best way to do it for you is to move to a practical space, like answer and ask and answer practical questions. Move to a practical space. Does this align with your values currently? Will it align with your values in the future? That, like, just so that you kind of calm down the intensity, the emotional intensity, because sometimes it can cloud your judgment, especially with the Seven of Cups clarifying the King of Cups. Maybe currently a lot of that intensity needs to subside, subside or calm down, so that you make better decisions from a practical space. Because I feel like once that emotional intensity calms down, you might make decisions that align with your values. I feel like that's very important for you already, personally. Maybe there is a strong ninth house connection for you here. You said you need to keep your mind up. You mean you keep your hopes up, right? Well, I want to say that what I'm seeing here, I don't see the connection ending any soon. Um, unless you say that it should end, or like you make a clear decision that it should end. I feel like the decision of detaching or moving away emotionally is related to asking yourself the right questions. What fulfills you, and what suits you better, and what aligns with your values? Because I feel like ethics matter to you personally. I'm going to get you a final dice roll, and let's get you clarity. How? So we have the what the hell? So we have K2, or the South Node, in the ninth house, which is the house of ethics, in Leo. Again, I feel like there is a lot of, you have a ninth house something here going on in your personal chart. I feel like it matters to you. Um, so there is a need here to detach from what makes your pride, or from your pride, in order to fulfill a higher purpose in this connection. So I don't know about what is the purpose of this connection, but there is a need for you to make decisions from a place that aligns with your values, rather than from a place that fulfills your pride. There is a desire to be of service to a greater good in a way. So, yeah, you don't have to not keep your hopes up at all. I do understand where that comes from, and it might be in your favor. I feel like if your intuition is telling you to keep your hopes up, that's definitely something you can do. I highly encourage you to follow your intuition. Um, but detaching from the situation doesn't mean that you shouldn't keep your hopes up. It mostly, in your situation, means asking yourself questions, practical questions. Is this valuable for you? To what extent and why? And will it be valuable for you in the future? Will it make you feel happy in the future? So this is all I have for you. How? We have done a very long reading for you. Um, I hope this resonated. I hope this resonated for you. How? Are you still here? I'm going to drink water again. Okay, another accident, everyone. So let me clear this. All right. I don't know if I'm on offline. Please, last question. Will he live? His person live? All right, let me drink a cup of water. And then we're going to do. So, this person has realized about our connection. Thank you. Okay, okay, Ank. So I will draw three cards just asking answering this question, and I will move towards Ank. Thank you so much, Hao, for your donation again. I really appreciate it. I'm just going to drink one cup of water and come back in a minute. Okay, Ank, are you still here? So I'm going to, I think I'm going to use another deck just so that I get enough. Are you still here, Ank? So I'm going to shuffle one time and then I'm going to get three cards. First one answering, is he inclined to leave his relationship? Okay, I'm going to do your reading next, Ank. Okay, I hope I'm pronouncing, or Anne, perhaps I should say Anne. So, okay, second one is, will he take that decision? Third one is an outcome or an advice. Okay. You're the most welcome, Anne. Thank you so much for your patience. I really appreciate it. Okay, well, Val. Okay, let's look at this. All right, so I feel like there is, if there is an inclination to do it, not gonna lie, but it's not for the reason of this connection. So, how? He's definitely on that threshold of deciding. And the reason why he's ever going to leave his relationship is not going to be because of this connection. It's going to be because of a sense of personal exhaustion, not being fulfilled in his current situation, and wanting to be in a situation that feels more aligning with his own or with what he feels valuable, and perhaps wanting a new chance in creating a long-term future that, or kind of in creating something that he aligns more with when it comes to a long-term idea. So it's almost like he wants to start again, and he's at that threshold of making that decision. I feel like he will make it, but it's, even though his inclination here, I feel there's a lot that has already happened in his situation that feels too hard to let go of. I don't know if there is a higher level of commitment, maybe an engagement or a marriage. I feel like already a lot have been put in his situation or in his connection with his person, which is very, at this point, very burdening. It's like a lot to let go of, but also a lot to keep holding on to. And there is a desire to start again with this well when it comes to finding something that aligns more with his values. Again, the two of wands, the three of wands actually clarified by the emperor. I don't want to say that the decision is already made. I don't think so. There's just an understanding from his part. I don't want to say that he will leave that relationship 100%, but there is like 10 of Wands, something that has a lot of history, but also is becoming so hard to maintain or so hard to carry, and the desire to kind of explore again when it comes to what is with his values. So he seems to have that thought in mind. Whether he'll do it or not, that really depends on the future here with the Three of Wands and the Emperor. There seems to be more evaluation that's going to happen from his part before making that decision. So thank you, Hao, again for this, for donating and for asking for this reading, for letting us read or me read for you. I really appreciate your patience and your presence. And I really wish you happiness, whether it's with this person or outside of this connection. I really wish you happiness and a lot of sense of satisfaction in life. I wish you find, or kind of you get an outcome that aligns with your values and makes everybody happy. So let's now move towards Ankh, and I'm going to use another deck. That is my last reading for today. So let's look at Ankh. So, or Anne, I think that's what I'm going to call you. You're the most welcome, Hao. Thank you so much. So let me look at Anne's question. So Anne is asking what one important thing that this person has realized about your connection. Okay, important thing. Let's look at this. So we're going to shuffle. I'm going to do a 3-card spread. And let's get a story. Let's do this as pieces of a final realization for Anne. Okay, that's what we're doing. 3 cards, 3 clarifiers. Okay. What is one important thing that this person realized about Anne? Okay. And about the connection, actually. So yeah. Okay, come here. You've been here, okay? This way. All right, so Anne, if you are still here, so let me tell you. So the cards, first of all, show that this person is having a hard time. I feel like there is a strong sense of, hi Anne, it's always good to see you and to see your comments. So with the Devil and the 4 of Cups here, attachment in this connection, or I feel like what this person realizes that this connection has a strong hold on them, right? With this 4 of Cups, though there is here, what I want to say is this is a piece of information. That's what I'm getting. This is one piece of the bigger picture that we might not be able to understand right now until we finish the reading. Let's just keep in mind that he probably is not able to see the purpose or the bigger picture of the connection. There is some type of obscurity. Not, I said obscurity many times in this streaming. So there is some sense of this person is not seeing clearly in this connection. They see from a place, or this connection has a hold on them, it pulls them, but they don't have the bigger picture. They have some realization, but they don't have the bigger picture. Let's move next and then come back. The Nine of Cups clarified by the Seven of Swords. This person is hesitating a lot, being strategic. So it's almost, and then the Five of Wands clarified by the Nine of Cups. So it's interesting that you asked this specific question, because I feel like this person is having a hard time understanding what they want exactly here and what they feel. And they come from a place of being magnetically pulled towards this connection. But there is it's almost like they're stuck somewhere within the maze of the connection, but not seeing it from a bigger picture. And bear with me because this is a bit difficult, because I'm like, it's almost like somebody who's been lost in details. The Five of Wands, there's an internal questioning here within this person that I feel like is asking themselves or himself, if it's a he, what does he want here? And what, like, yeah, I feel so much, yeah, I feel too much here, yeah, this makes me happy, but why am I feeling as if there's a lot of conflict within this person? So why is this person struggling so much? Okay, just bear with me, Anne. I want to say that this person realizes, first of all, their feelings, and they realize that they need to do something about it. They also realize that they are the source of some type of conflict and some type of slow movement, some type of disagreement. So instead of things moving smoothly, like towards one direction, things are like just shaking around. Like they're not moving like this, we're moving like this, and then we're come like, there's a lot of conflict in this connection, or kind of stallness or stagnation that is going on right now. And it's because this person cannot make their mind up around how to approach you. So they do have feelings here, and they do understand that they do need to do something. They do understand that they are the source of the stagnation, if there is stagnation here, or of the obstacles here that are going on here. And they do also see that there is, okay, that, so now I understand. The Devil here with the Four of Cups, this person understands the strong hold that this connection has on them, but they do also understand that there is a level of toxicity that they are contributing into by being stagnant, by not moving, by having a lot of internal questions, and by asking themselves and kind of having this internal conflict before moving. So if there is one important thing that person, Anne, is realizing about this connection, is that maybe they are the source of this connection not moving smoothly. And also understanding that they do need to do something, they do need to be more confrontational, but they're not moving towards that confrontation just yet, because from their perspective it's very hard for them to be that vulnerable or to be that direct. So the directness and the honesty that this connection requires, the authenticity and the honesty that this connection requires, is something that this person, maybe not word by word understand, but they do understand that they do need to do something, but they're not doing it. Also, they do understand that they might have been approaching this connection in not in the best way possible with this Knight of Cups. Maybe there is a shallow way of relating to you, or kind of keeping things, kind of keeping themselves safe by being a bit not direct or cunning with this. I hope this resonates. So again, just to kind of detail this for you, and let me use the dices. what one important thing that this person realizes about Anne's connection? Okay, interesting. So, in case you didn't see this one, it's Sagittarius. So we have Pluto in the first house in Sagittarius. So, again, this person with this Pluto, it's an understanding that they need to change. So to recap, or to kind of put this into a right timeline, but put all the pieces together, this person understands that they are not approaching this situation in the best way possible, and they are afraid of the intensity that it has and the stronghold that it has on them. I feel like this connection has a huge effect on this person, especially with this Pluto in the first house. This connection is kind of forcing this person to grow, especially with the Sagittarius, to move towards a more purposeful action taken, not only in this connection but in their life. And they do also understand that maybe the reason of this connection become being so ambiguous or kind of stolen or being stuck is them not wanting to be honest or authentic, especially with the Sagittarius energy. And kind of they're asking themselves the question of, I do want this brings me emotional fulfillment, I do want to explore this, but I find it very difficult to be honest, I find it very difficult to be myself and to express myself, I find it very difficult to be vulnerable. And with this Five of Wands, there is a battle within this person to become vulnerable or to be vulnerable, so they're feeling forced to grow. So very interesting message that we have, that this person realized that they need to change and that they are perhaps contributing into the stagnation of this, and they need to change. And they do understand that they don't only need to change their ways, they do need to change how they approach life in general, like their how they perceive life and how they approach life. And maybe they approach this connection the same way they have been approaching life, their own personal life. They do understand that they need to grow, they need to change. This connection revealed some things about this person's patterns, and they do understand that. So yeah, so it resonates, you said. Okay. um I hope this, I feel like, yeah, this is the one important thing that this person realized, that they need to change, and that they have been contributing negatively, perhaps by not being authentic. That's the main thing here, by not being authentic, by not being honest, by not being direct, and not being purposeful. Yeah, I do have feelings here. This connection fulfills me, or this situation feels emotionally significant to me personally, but I don't know how to approach it. I don't know what should I do with it. I'm very stagnant. I don't know where to move, where to go. So yeah, and they do understand that they have been kind of maybe taking this for granted and not being the most direct or forthcoming ever. So yeah, I hope this resonated for you, Anne. Are you still here? Okay, so you're the most welcome, Anne. You're the most welcome. Thank you so much for asking. Yeah. Thank you, Anne. You are amazing so much. I really appreciate your comments, and I appreciate your support. I really appreciate you. You are amazing too. So, okay. Thank you, Anne. Thank you. I'm blushing right now. Thank you so much. So, guys, I think this is all I have for today's live stream. Thank you, everyone who are here. So, Latifa and Ribonlek, I really hope this is how your name is pronounced. So, if you would like to ask questions, perhaps in the next live stream. I will confirm for you tomorrow. I think you will be tomorrow at the same time. So if you have questions, you can come for tomorrow's live stream. You can either ask for a free mini reading or for a donation-based one, and I appreciate both. So Latifa, yeah, as I told you, if you would like to come back tomorrow, or if you'd like to book a private reading with me, I would really appreciate it. And I would be happy to read for all of you. So yeah, Ribaun, like, thank you so much for understanding. We have been live for 2 hours now. I'm definitely in need for a bit of winding down. Right now it's 11:11 literally p.m. It's actually 23:11. Thank you so much everyone for being here. Perhaps see you in tomorrow's live stream. I really appreciate everyone who's been here today and everyone who chatted with me. Again, thank you so much and have a good night if you are at night, and have a good day or rest of your day. Thank you so much, everyone. I really, really appreciate you.